Community Hotline is made possible with generous support by Gresham Ford, the dealer with a heart. The Contribute to the Community program provides the opportunity for the Gresham Ford team to make a positive impact, serving their customers and helping people across the community. And by the Mount Hood Cable Regulatory Commission. The Mount Hood Cable Regulatory Commission advocates on behalf of the public interest on communications policy issues at the local, state, and federal levels.
Welcome back to Community Hotline. I'm Monica Weitzel. We're in Gresham at MetroEast Community Media, and now I'm going to be talking with Northwest Kidney Kids. And here to represent Northwest Kidney Kids, I have the Executive Director, Jill Brown. Thanks for being here, Jill.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Yeah, it's a pleasure. So Northwest Kidney Kids is an organization that you don't focus so much on research like some organizations do. You focus on support for kids with chronic kidney disease, is that right?
Yes, our organization is direct support, so we work with the kids with chronic kidney disease or kidney failure and their parents and siblings. Okay,
so it's a holistic family approach.
Yes, exactly.
Because when you have a child who has a chronic disease or any kind of serious illness, it affects the whole family.
Right.
Yeah. So tell me a little bit about the history of this organization, like how long has it been around and what exactly your mission is?
So Northwest Kidney Kids was founded in 2006, and it was founded by a group of parents and a doctor, Dr. Jenkins, who's a pediatric nephrologist, so sees kids with kidney disease.
Okay.
And they kind of had this camp that was funded, had a different funding source, and they wanted to keep the family camp going.
Oh,
and
okay.
so this group got together and they formed Northwest Kidney Kids, and that was in 2006. So only about 11 years ago. So
that's when it became a 501c3.
Right.
Okay. So so you said there was a camp that was kind of going already, but it wasn't associated with a nonprofit, is that
It was,
right?
but
it was a different one?
Yeah, it was a different nonprofit.
So tell me then about the camp a little bit, if you don't mind, because that's like one of the biggest components of your organization, right? Is this camp?
That's probably the center point of our organization. So we have a 3-day family camp where we invite kids that have chronic kidney disease, mostly on dialysis and transplanted, between the ages of birth and 18, and their immediate family. So their parents and then their siblings. And they come on Friday and they stay till Sunday, and then we do a lot of activities. We put the kids together in their counseling groups with ages, with other kids that have kidney disease and siblings.
So
and then
they're
parents,
not alone. They know there's other kids that have the same thing.
And then parents have time to spend time with each other and get to know each other.
Nice.
And connect and talk about what they're going through.
Right.
But it's a lot of fun. I mean, there's water slides and rock climbing walls and a river float. It's down in Turner, Oregon at Aldersgate Camp and Retreat.
Nice. That sounds like fun.
Yeah.
Sounds like fun. So that's during the summer, I assume?
It's in August. And then right after our family camp, well, next year will be before, we have a youth camp where we just keep the 6th through 12th grader kids with kidney disease. Oh, wow. And then they stay for 4 days, and we just do a camp just designed around them. So
kids with kidney disease, there's not an actual cure for the disease, is that right?
Right.
But they can get a transplant and I mean,
yeah.
So how did you become involved in this?
So my daughter, who's now 7, went into kidney failure when she was 2.
Ooh.
And so she had a transplant at age 3, so about 4 years ago. I was her donor. And
really?
So, yeah.
Wow.
So
that must have been intense.
It was. I think like a lot of our families, you don't have a choice. You go through the motions. And you do what you need to do for your kids and help your kids get through it. And so our program helps our kids, hopefully, as they develop through different ages, and the parents can connect and learn from parents who've gone through it. And so I think that's the beauty of what Northwest Kidney Kids is. It's really about parents connecting with parents and kids connecting with kids. And we see these parents that are now having their kids graduating from high school, and they have so much wisdom to give to us when we have school-age kids or kids that are 2 years old and on dialysis.
Yeah, the kids that have actually been through it themselves, they're the ones who can say, this is what really helped me, or this is, you should never do that or say that or whatever,
We see that at our youth camp. So our youth camp is 6th through 12th graders, but all of our counselors are young adults with kidney disease, and most of them have had multiple transplants themselves or on dialysis. So that's probably my favorite part at youth camp, is watching those counselors connect with the kids and talk about their journey with kidney disease. And sometimes it's not always the most successful journey. Maybe they had a hiccup along the way, but they're able to share that wisdom with the kids and kind of say, don't do it this way.
Well, and that has got to be so empowering for those kids, those young adults, to be able, or youth, to be able to share that experience and to be the ones that the kids are looking up to for advice. And it's got to be really, it must make them feel really good.
Right.
And it's kind of a leadership opportunity for them too.
Yeah. And then at family camp, we see those same kids be such great leaders and mentors for our little kids.
That's
and
great.
there's definitely a bond that you see between them.
That's wonderful. So you brought a video, and it is this about the camp? Can you set it up for me, what this video will be about?
Yeah, so this video is made by one of our board members. He shot it at family camp a couple years ago, and then his business and organization developed it for us, and we showed it at our annual ball last year.
Good.
And it's just family camp. It doesn't have really the youth camp.
No, the youth camp and the family camp. Okay, well, I think we should take a look at that now.
Yeah, it's a great video.
Why do I like kidney camp so much? Because we absolutely have a blast. It's so neat to see kidney kids, both new on their journey and those that have been here for many, many years, just have fun.
My name is Anthony.
My name is Laura.
And I met my best friend here at kidney camp. This is my 11th year here at camp.
This is my 7th year at camp.
I am here at camp because I have just recently reached stage 4 kidney disease.
We drive 4.5 hours up here every year to make sure we come to kidney camp.
This is Harrison's first camp. It's kind of cool for him to see at 8 o'clock at night when everybody's sitting around the campfire. He's not the only one that has to take a break from meds.
One of my favorite parts personally was actually the group session yesterday with all the other parents, kind of listening to their hardships, them listening to our hardships, talking about kind of our joys, our challenges.
Family bonding with other families that are like ours.
It's not every day that we get to see other people that have done what we've had to go through.
It's nice to have friends that actually understand what you're going through, and you don't have to explain every little thing to people.
It was really important for us to get Harrison out and let him see that he is not the only one that goes through what he goes through on a daily basis.
Especially little children, they think that they're alone with their problems when actually they're not.
And they can learn from one another and just be kids for a weekend.
That's nice. That's good. It looks wonderful.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
It does. It really looks wonderful. So the youth camp then is a totally separate event, and you said for kids what ages?
6th through 12th graders.
6th through 12th graders. Okay, middle school and high schoolers.
Right.
And is that at the same camp, same location? Okay.
The last couple of years, it's started the same day as families. So we send the families off and we keep the 6th through 12th graders.
Oh.
Next year, we're kind of going back to our old model where we'll have youth camp first, and then the families will join the kids at the end of youth camp. So it's kind of one big 7-day event.
Yeah.
Separated.
Yeah. So I'm sure that a lot of those families, they just look forward to that all year long.
They do, yes.
And the kids too,
and
yeah.
our kids definitely, the teens, they're begging me to do something in between, so we might be looking at doing something this winter with them. So.
Oh, that would be great. So you brought a couple pictures, I think, of the youth camp.
Yeah.
So maybe we could take a look at those too. But I can see where that would be really a great experience for the kids. Yeah. To know you're not alone.
Yeah. Oh, so this is actually at family camp, and this is just all of our kidney kids. So there's about 43, 45 families. But what I really like about this is the kids in the blue shirts are graduated kidney kids. So kids that graduated last year or even the year before, and they come back and then they become our counselors for the weekend. And I love that they're in that photo. So we put together the families, and we just have the kids that have kidney disease stay for a photo. And you can see a lot of the little kids on the teenage laps. And that's Autumn. She's one of our teens, but that's kind of like the empowering kids to maybe do something that they don't necessarily have access to. A lot of our kids aren't as, they're not as athletic or, maybe as other kids are, depending on health stuff.
They try to be more careful.
And those are just our kids from last year. It was a great group. It was, we keep growing, so every year we get a few more kids, and so that's our kids, and some of our counselors are in there too.
Oh. So you're actually a pretty small organization, right? So how many staff do you have?
We have 2 part-time staff people, myself and a community engagement manager.
Oh boy.
Yeah, but we have an amazing board. Actually, Dr. Rosansky's in that photo, and he's our board president right now. I think that's Dr. Lashley maybe with him. And so we have a really great community of supporters that come in and volunteer. Just at camp, we had over almost 1,400 hours of volunteer time that went into camp.
That's a lot for an organization that has 2 part-time people.
Yeah.
So what do you need from the community? If somebody wanted to be able to help out kidney kids, what are the kinds of things you need? Obviously, donations are always accepted, I'm sure.
Oh yeah. Definitely. I mean, I think all nonprofits can use the monetary support, but we are very much on human capital. We need volunteers. So our camp, besides for everything's run by volunteers, from our board of directors to our events. We just did our first annual run last in September, which was a great success.
Oh, good.
So that was 40 volunteers there, and then we have our big gala event in April, and so that's volunteers we're doing. And then we do these one-off events throughout the year to have opportunity for families and kids to come together. So a Blazer game or the Oregon Ballet Theater. So we're always looking at opportunities that maybe we can partner with another organization that has an event, and we can bring our families to that event and give them an opportunity that they may not be able to do.
That's good to know. There might be some, companies out there, organizations, whatever, that have something going on that, maybe they want to share some tickets or whatever.
Exactly.
Yeah. And then as far as the counselors, are they all kids that have gone through the program, or do you have a need for other kinds of counselors for the camps?
So our family camp ends up being over 200 people. So there's just not, there's just not enough young adults with kidney disease that come in. So we do utilize, college students and other people that want to come. We have, MAs from hospitals come and be our counseling staff for that weekend. So it's usually Friday afternoon until Sunday afternoon. So for 48 hours to come, and we provide lodging and food.
Which isn't much of a, an ask of somebody. That's, and it's probably really fun.
It's a lot of fun. You get to hang out with the kids and work with them. So we just don't have enough of, I think, our young adults to do that. Our youth camp, we have mostly just young adults with kidney disease stay and be the counselors for that group.
Good. So we're just about out of time, but tell me, I read on your website that you talk about empowering kids with kidney disease to take charge of their own health. How do you do that with a kid? That's hard to do.
It is hard to do. I think a lot of that support that they get from just that connection they make, if it's mentoring and connecting. We also bring in the education to camp. We had a really great professor from U of P come in and really talk to the kids about their bodies and what these meds are doing for them, and what does kidney disease look like, maybe to give them a little bit of understanding of why they're taking blood pressure meds or why they need to be taking immunosuppressants. We've had dietitians come in and talk about like the renal diet is kids with kidney disease has to have a really particular diet, especially prior to transplant, but sodium, phos, potassium, those become very important words for them, and how you look at labels and what kind of foods. So we do mix in a lot of education into our camp, and then I think we just try to get them out doing something that maybe they haven't had exposure to. So we've done rope courses and rafting trips, and then maybe doing a ski.
Those are the things they'll remember. Those are the things they'll remember is I did this on my camp trip. So that's great. That's wonderful. Well, thank you so much, Jill, for coming in and sharing what's going on, and what's gone on with your family, and then you've been able to share with the Northwest Kidney Kids. So keep up the good work, and thank you so much for sharing that with us today.
Thank you.
Yep. And thanks for watching Community Hotline. It's another great organization. They can always use volunteers, so do check it out and check out their website. I'm Monica Weitzel. We'll be here next week, same time on Community Hotline.
Hotline is made possible with generous support by Gresham Ford, the dealer with a heart. The Contribute to the Community program provides the opportunity for the Gresham Ford team to make a positive impact, serving their customers and helping people across the community. And by the Mount Hood Cable Regulatory Commission. The Mount Hood Cable Regulatory Commission advocates on behalf of the public interest on communications policy issues at the local, state, and federal levels.